Dear friends, on behalf of the Vivekananda Vedanta Society of Chicago, we are so delighted today to welcome Kathleen Sherman, a renowned composer and singer in the greater Chicago area. Kathleen's compositions have been performed at various conventions, conferences, and liturgical celebrations, and is inspired by the conviction all of life is permeated by the sacred, which is very close to the Vedantic thoughts, I feel. Her passion is writing music that fosters hope and healing for our world, music that proclaims all are one. She's deeply committed to working for nonviolence, especially in Chicago, racial justice, and advocating for the protection and healing of our planet, and promoting community fellowship through music. An essential aspect of Kathy's work is ministering to others through music at profoundly significant moments in their lives. Kathy has published 24 music series which are available, and her music is also available in Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and through her website, which we can find out maybe after the presentation. Kathy holds a Master's of Pastoral Studies from Loyola University. She is a member of the Congregation of St. Joseph and has a studio in LaGrange Park, Illinois. So today at the Home of Harmony, the theme of her musical presentation is titled A World of One. So I'm so thrilled to be part of this with all of you, and we can't wait to listen to Kathy present her sublime music.
Thank you so much, Shivani. I appreciate that. Good afternoon, everyone. I am delighted to be here. I met Shivani at the Parliament of World Religions back in, I think it was August, and when she invited me to come to be with you. And as she said, I'm a Catholic sister of the Congregation of St. Joseph, and I've been writing music since I was 14 years old. And I write music because, as she said, I believe that all of life is permeated with the sacred, and it's in the ordinary, and that's really what I write about. And I also have a strong belief that faith and justice go hand in hand. And so much of my music comes from that, as well as the mission of my congregation, which is unity. And when I was looking for directions to get here today, and I saw the front of your building, and it says, "Truth is one." And so I felt right at home right away. And I believe that what's missing today is we don't know that the truth is one, because we're living in such a divided and polarized and separated world. And so I try to do my part, as I know you do, to bring about that unity, that oneness that we all desire. So I'm going to begin with a song that expresses my intimacy and relationship with the God that I have known and continue to come to know and love on my life's journey. The God that I believe is as near to me as my very breath, a God who is as near to all creatures as their very breath. And this song, particularly for me, speaks of the Christian belief of the incarnation of God in Christ Jesus, the one who showed us the face of God, the face of love, the face of justice, the face of compassion. And so as you listen, I invite you to consider your own relationship with the Holy One, whoever that might be, of your own heart. You and I began our journey so very long ago. Together we've endured throughout the years. You have sweetened all my joys, you've brought comfort in my pain. We've come so far, and yet we've just begun. You and I, we've seen darkness. There were times when I was lost along the way. I've been lonely. I've been frightened. I had to learn to trust. But you were there by my side. You never let me go. You were the light in my night that brought the day. Thank you for your faithfulness, your strength, and your love, for the gift of special places and for friends. Thank you for drawing me ever closer to you. Be with me on the road that lies ahead. You and I, we share life. Together we have been and we will be. My life is yours. I am open to the mysteries and the wonders of your love. You have sweetened all my joys. You've brought comfort in my pain. We've come so far, and yet we've just begun. You have sweetened all my joys. You've brought comfort in my pain. We've come so far, and yet we've just begun. Thank you. Thank you. I believe that we walk in the heart of God every single day, and that I'm called to be attentive to the many ways that the sacred shows up in my day, in the people, the events, the joys and challenges, the questions and insights, and in the wonder and beauty of all creation. I also believe that if we listen, we can hear that there is one voice that's expressed in all voices, that simply chants different melodies, and that one voice invites us to sing in harmony. I suspect that that's what House of Harmony believes too, and that's what you proclaim in your mission. So as you listen to this song, and I'm going to invite you to sing along if you like, recall how and when and where do you hear that one voice singing in your life? Hear the voice of ocean waves as they rush to shore, like thunder or like whispers. Midnight stars chant a hymn of beauty, but only in the dark must you listen. Hear the mountains telling stories of unfolding time, standing 'neath a crystal sky. There's a song of freedom you will learn to sing, but only when you see an eagle fly. So listen with your heart and you will hear the voice. Feel the love, make the choice. There is one voice in all voices, chanting different melodies, inviting us to sing in harmony. Hear the voice of summer morn as she greets your day in a language all her own. Flowers splash their colors in a fragrant voice, with breeze as partner gracefully they dance. Feel the voice of awesome joy when a newborn cries, or when gazing at a sunrise. The sacred mystery pulses in our human hearts with questions that can make us wise. So listen with your heart and you will hear the voice. Feel the love, make the choice. There is one voice in all voices, chanting different melodies, inviting us to sing in harmony. Hear the cry of earth in rivers, the forest, the air, and in hearts throughout all nations. Listen to the pain, and tears will fall like rain, with kindness that will make compassion grow. Come, be still, drink, be fed, as you hear wisdom's voice in our elders and all seasons. Lessons teach us from their time and memory, blessing us to dream, to dare, to live. So listen with your heart and you will hear the voice. Feel the love, make the choice. There is one voice in all voices, chanting different melodies, inviting us to sing in harmony, to sing in harmony, inviting us to sing in harmony. Thank you. As I said, my community, the Sisters of St. Joseph, we live and work to unite all people with God and with one another, and with every kind of neighbor without distinction, including all of creation. Our mission is grounded in our scriptures, specifically the Gospel of John, chapter 17, where Jesus prays, "May they be one, O God, as you are in me and I am in you. May they be so completely one that the world will know that it is you who sent me." This mission certainly is not unique to my faith, but it is central to Jesus' message and to the mission of my congregation. So from my faith's perspective, it was an expansive, all-inclusive, compassionate love that was the central message of Jesus' life and in his relationships. We witness that in story after story throughout the Gospels. Jesus' message was revolutionary for its time. So where did this vision come from? I'm sure that the people close to Jesus had a great influence in shaping Jesus' worldview, his vision, and fostering the connection of faith with life, just as we all do as parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, mentors, teachers. And I want to share a story that just really brings this home to me. I grew up on the south side of Chicago in South Shore. You know where that is? Anybody know where that is? And we had Jewish neighbors. My neighborhood was fairly diverse. And now remember, this is in the 50s. And my friend, Alan, my Jewish friend Alan, was making his bar mitzvah. And I was invited. And without saying a word, my mother took me to Alan's bar mitzvah. Now, you'd have to understand that in my faith, at that time, we weren't even supposed to go into another Christian church, much less a Jewish synagogue or temple. But my mother took me. And I never realized how important that was until many years later, because she preached the gospel with the way she lived in her life. She didn't say a lot of pious things, but she gave a great example. And I knew at that time that sense of we do things out of love and out of relationship. And Jesus' vision of communion was greater than the law. He reprimanded the scribes and Pharisees of his time when he said, "You keep the letter of the law, but you violate the heart of the law which is love." Our world today, Israel, Palestine, Ukraine, Africa, Chicago, our neighborhoods need this vision of communion more than ever. And so this simple little mantra that I invite you to sing with me calls us all to pray more fervently, to see with the eyes of the Holy One, by whose name you call the Holy One, to recognize that we are meant to live and love as one sacred community. So, as you sing with me, and as we join our voices together, let our collective voice pray that the world can recognize our oneness. It's a very simple mantra, and we're just going to sing it a few times, okay? It's called A World of One. I pray for the world, yours, mine, and ours, and since there is but one world, that makes you and I together a world of one. Please join me. I pray for the world, yours, mine, and ours, and since there is but one world, that makes you and I together a world of one. I pray for the world, yours, mine, and ours, and since there is but one world, that makes you and I together a world of one. I pray for the world, yours, mine, and ours, and since there is but one world, that makes you and I together a world of one. Thank you. Thank you. When we went to war with Iraq, when the United States went to war with Iraq after 9/11, I was very distraught with what the US government was doing. I was wishing that we could lament instead of retaliating and find a better way forward rather than invading and bombing and killing innocent people, which always happens in war. One morning, as I was praying, it occurred to me that only when we speak a language of the heart will war and hatred end. Only when we speak the language of love will our world heal. And that morning, I began writing A Language of the Heart, which is the song that I sang at the Parliament of World Religions when I met Shravani. I believe that when we take our hearts and our world to prayer, both personally and communally, we need to listen. And we need to listen for the sounds of injustice, racism, disunity. This listening then compels us to act in order to set things right, in order to heal and make things whole. Welcome. There's one language that truly can change the world, and that is the language of love. Jesus spent his whole life trying to convey this. It was his deepest longing and most passionate prayer. And in the African community, they have an expression called Ubuntu. Perhaps you've heard it before. And it's a very special word to my heart because what it says, it's so much about community. It says, I am because we are. I cannot be me without you. You cannot be you without me. We are this one sacred community. So as you listen to A Language of the Heart, I invite you to be in touch with your longing and how you already speak that language of love that is healing and trying to make things right in our world. Don't know where it went. Hold on here a minute. Can you hear that? It's not playing. I don't know why it's not playing. Hold on one second. Technology is wonderful when it works. I think we're ready. You can't hear that though, can you? I don't know what's wrong with it. Well, maybe I'll sing it a cappella. Pardon me? Well, I think I have that. But I wanted to. Yes, I have it, but it's not playing the song for some reason or other. It's playing everything else, but not that one. Oh, I meant. Oh, here we go. No. Thank you for your patience here. No, that's not them. That's it. It's not the one that's supposed to be playing, though. That's so that. Well, I apologize. I think I'm just going to do this. I'll just do it a cappella. I do not speak your native tongue. I do not know your ways, your customs, your creed, the things you believe. I never learned. Your skin's a different color, and God has a different name. It's easy to see how someone could believe that you and I were not the same. But then I saw you smiling as the sun rose in the sky, and I saw the tears you wept as you watched your loved one die. And when I heard your children singing, they sounded much like mine. Somehow I knew we weren't that different after all. There is a language of the heart that we all can understand, that reaches across the boundaries of all peoples and all lands. The deepest things we know by heart when all is said and done. It's a language of the heart, can make us friends, can make us one. I dream of peace and harmony. I imagine days to come when war disappears and friendship draws near to bind up age-old wounds. I've heard that love changes everything. I believe that it's true, don't you? If I reach out my hand, will you take it? Then let's stand for all that's right and just and true. Because I saw you smiling as the sun rose in the sky, and I saw the tears you wept as you watched your loved one die. And when I heard your children singing, they sounded just like mine. And then I knew we weren't that different after all. There is a language of the heart that we all can understand, that reaches across the boundaries of all peoples and all lands. The deepest things we know by heart when all is said and done. It's a language of the heart, can make us friends, can make us one. Thank you. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened here, but some years ago, a number of years ago, it was around Easter time, and there was a young black boy by the name of Leonard Clark who was riding his bike through a predominantly white neighborhood and was beaten badly. And when I heard that story, I was devastated, and I thought, I've got to go down and talk to his mother and apologize for what happened to her son. So I went down. It happened to be the second time. I went the first time, and he had been moved to the rehabilitation center. I went back on Good Friday, and I went to the rehabilitation center, and I walked in, and I asked if they could point Leonard's mother out to me, which they did. And I went, and I told her why I had come, and we embraced, and we cried in each other's arms. And then she asked me if I'd like to sing to Leonard. And I said I'd be humbled to do that. And so she took me, and I did sing to him a song called "You Are Mine, I've Called You by Name. You are precious and cherished in my eyes, and I love you." As I was going home, obviously very moved by that experience, I began thinking about the boys who had done this to Leonard. And this little phrase popped into my head, "so much like you." And it kind of startled me. And then I started thinking, you know how we use that expression sometimes when we meet, maybe the daughter or son of our friend, and we'll say, "Oh, they're just like you. They're so much like you," right? And I thought, well, what would it be like if when we said that about our children, they're so much like you. They're so much like you in their kindness, in their compassion, in the way that they gather other people in the way they forgive, in the way that they help others. And so I ended up writing this song called So Much Like You. And so as you listen, and if you like, again, sing with me, I just invite you to think about, that whole idea of so much like you. How do we nurture this unity? This truth is one. How do we nurture that in ourselves, but especially in our children, especially in the culture in which we're living right now that is so anti-truth, anti-compassion? Now, it's not all that way. There are many people doing wonderful things, but it's a pervasive that's going on right now. So we have to lift up those other values and make them just as strong. So here's So Much Like You. Will you be for the children a living compassion? Let them see that you weep and how you walk with those in need. Will you be for the children a flame burning brightly? Let them see how all are stronger when an I becomes a we. And all the earth will be blessed. We will dawn a brand new day. We will be a living lesson by all we are and do and say. Our message to the children will be loving, strong, and true. And we will smile when people say to us, "Your children, they're so much like you." Will you be for the children a hand reaching outward? Let them see how you comfort, how you heal and set things right. Will you be for the children refreshment for the weary? Let them see how others count on you to carry hope into the night. And all the earth will be blessed. We will dawn a brand new day. We will be a living lesson by all we are and do and say. Our message to the children will be loving, strong, and true. And we will smile when people say to us, "Your children, they're so much like you." Will you be for the children expressions of beauty? Let them see how you protect and cherish all things great and small. Will you be for the children a promise for tomorrow? Let them see our circles widening, and one day, yes, and one day we'll welcome all. And all the earth will be blessed. We will dawn a brand new day. We will be a living lesson by all we are and do and say. Our message to the children will be loving, strong, and true. And we will smile when people say to us, "Your children, they're so much like you." This next piece is also really has to do with my love for children. And there was a picture on the front page of the Chicago Tribune a number of years ago. There was a young boy, 10 years old. It was just a picture of him all by himself on a city street. And the caption of the photo said, "I don't think the world is safe for me." I don't think the world is safe for me. What a travesty that a child of 10 years of age would say, "I don't think the world is safe for me." And so I wrote this song called "Walk With Me." Will you walk with me down the path toward a place where violence is no more? Walk with me. Won't you walk with me down the path toward a place where together and forever we will live in peace? Walk with me, will you walk with me down the path toward a place where violence is no more? Walk with me, will you walk with me down the path toward a place where together and forever we will live in peace? Walk with me, will you walk with me down the path toward a place where violence is no more? Walk with me, will you walk with me down the path toward a place where together and forever we will live in peace? We will live in peace. Walk with me, will you walk with me down the path toward a place where violence is no more? Walk with me, will you walk with me down the path toward a place where together and forever we will live in peace? We will live in peace. We will live in peace. We will live in peace. Walk with me, will you walk with me down the path toward a place where violence is no more? Walk with me, will you walk with me down the path toward a place where together and forever we will live in peace? We will live in peace. 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 Thank you. You doing okay? Okay. The entire planet, our entire planet, is crying out for communion, for attention, for healing, for reverence. The Holy One of this moment, in this time, challenges us to keep asking questions that take us deeper and move us ever closer to living our lives in the heart of the Holy One, in the heart of oneness, in the heart of communion. and this includes, for sure, our planet. Pope Francis has written a number of years ago, and some of you may be familiar with it. He wrote a document called Laudato Si, Caring for Our Common Home. And it's actually being embraced by the whole world and all faiths. And in that encyclical, he begs us, all of us, to listen to the cry of earth and to the cry of the poor, because they go hand in hand. I'm sure you're very aware that, generally speaking, where the planet is most devastated, where the environment is most devastated, so are the people. Where do we put our toxic dumps? Where do we put our expressways? We put them in places where people are affected dramatically. And so, for the sake of our children and all who will come after us, we must respond with love and care and commitment. So for me, when I think of addressing climate change, it comes down to a very simple question. Do we love our children enough to change our ways? And if not, what does that say about our faith in the future? So this song that I'd like to share with you, it's 3:23 in the morning. And it's actually, I set this poem to music by Drew Dellinger is his name, he's a poet. And when I heard the poem, I wanted to put part of it to music. And so it's his words and the music that I wrote, but I just invite you to think of what is your hope? What is your hope for the children and for all generations that will come after us? It's 3:23 in the morning, and I'm awake. I'm awake because my great-great-grandchildren won't let me sleep. My great-great-grandchildren ask me in dreams, what did you do when the earth was unraveling? Surely you did something when the seasons started failing, when the mammals, the reptiles, and birds were all dying. Did you fill the streets with protests when democracy was stolen? What did you do? What did you do? What did you do once you knew? When I was a young person, a few years ago, there was a song called War, What Is It Good For? Absolutely nothing. And you know, that saying has just been going on in me for weeks. When I think of the power of a few people that can cause so much death and destruction in so many places around the world. What is war good for? Absolutely nothing. Gandhi once said, and I set his words to music, and you'll recognize this, I'm sure. An eye makes the whole world blind. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. And the world is seriously blind, with a staggering number of conflicts that are raging all over the world. However, Gandhi also said that we must become the change we want to see in the world. And so you and I are called to be peacemakers, peace dreamers, peace creators, peace sowers. And so there's a song that I wrote called Peace Prints on the World. And when we get to, if you're willing to do this, when we get to this instrumental version, or this little interlude that's instrumental, I'd invite you just to call out places that you're aware of in the world that are in conflict. And just, let's try to put our peace prints on the world. All will be one when we leave peace prints on the world and everywhere. All will be one when war is done for everyone and everywhere. So let's make a promise and keep the promise to live as a friend of peace. We will be one when we all leave peace prints on the world. All will be one when we leave peace prints on everyone and everywhere. All will be one when war is done for everyone and everywhere. So let's make a promise and keep the promise to live as a friend of peace. We will be one when we all leave peace prints on the world. Ukraine, Palestine, Israel, the Sudan, city streets across our world. All will be one when we leave peace prints on everyone and everywhere. All will be one when war is done for everyone and everywhere. So let's make a promise and keep the promise to live as a friend of peace. We will be one when we all leave peace prints on the world. All will be one when we all leave peace prints on the world. Thank you. Thank you. You good for 2 more songs? Okay. Then I think that should about do it. This song, I've been involved in giving parish missions over the years, and so I sat through one parish, it was during Lent, and I sat through 6 liturgies, and the gospel that day was when Jesus said, "While I am the world, I am the light of the world." And I had just turned a significant age, and I started thinking about it, and I thought, wow, that's true for each one of us. While we're in the world, we need to be light for the world. It's our call. It's everyone's call to be light, to be love, to be goodness. And so I ended up writing this song for the parish, because I had listened to it so many times that day. I ended up writing this little song called "As Long as I'm in the World." And so I would say that, take our faces into your hands, Holy One, and point us toward the world. Let us see what you would have us see, be it suffering or things that we must change. Remove our blindness. Clothe us in your kindness. Be our song that we sing for the world. And you can sing this one with me. I'm going to turn. As long as I am in the world, I will be a light for the world. I will be a word of truth, a song of hope, a hand outstretched for healing. As long as I am in the world, I will be a beacon of love for this weary world. So shine in me, oh shine in me, and I will bear the beams of your holy light. As long as I am in the world, I will be a light for the world. I will be a word of truth, a song of hope, a hand outstretched for healing. As long as I am in the world, I will be a beacon of love for this weary world. So shine in me, oh shine in me, and I will bear the beams of your holy light. Oh, shine in me. As long as I am in the world, I will be a light for the world. I will be a word of truth, a song of love, a hand outstretched for healing. As long as I am in the world, I will be a beacon of love for this weary world. So shine in me, oh shine in me, and I will bear the beams of your holy light. Shine in me, my holy light. Thank you. So I'm going to close with a song, which I think we all need these days, called Hold On to Hope. Hope reminds us of the promise that Holy Presence is with us even in all the darkness that seems to pervade our world today. we do have reasons to hope. We just have to keep looking for them and help others to keep looking and listening too. You know, you've probably noticed this before, but you know, when they're building, they put these walls up along the expressways, you know, for the sound barriers, kind of. And one day when I was driving, I saw that these vines were climbing up on this wall. And I thought, wow. And I had this image, like these are the strong fingers of God. Like there's nothing that life and green can find their way even through concrete walls. Concrete walls of our hatred, concrete walls of our separation, that the Holy One can move through all of that, be it racism, violence, war, hunger, migrants longing for home, the LGBTQ plus community longing to be included. The strong fingers of God, and we must be them. We believe that this Holy One of ours is able to illumine even the darkest night, even the darkest times, if, as a community of committed persons, as a house of harmony, we can hold on to hope together. And so I'll close with hold on to hope. You got to hold on to hope, 'cause hope will change the world. You know, hope will see us through. Hold on to hope. You got to hold on to hope, 'cause hope will change the world. You know, hope is me and you. Hold on to hope. You got to hold on to hope, 'cause hope will change the world. You know, hope will see us through. Hold on to hope. You got to hold on to hope, 'cause hope will change the world. You know, hope is me and you. When this world is getting you down and you feel you're losing heart, just dig deep inside and wake up your soul, and hope is a good place to start. Hold on to hope. You got to hold on to hope, 'cause hope will change the world. You know, hope will see us through. Hold on to hope. You got to hold on to hope, 'cause hope will change the world. You know, hope is me and you. When you're trying hard to believe that peace will come in our day, you gotta believe, hang on to the dream, and love will show us the way. Hold on to hope. You got to hold on to hope, 'cause hope will change the world. You know, hope will see us through. Hold on to hope. You got to hold on to hope, 'cause hope will change the world. You know, hope is me and you. Hold on to hope. You got to hold on to hope, 'cause hope will change the world. You know, hope will see us through. Hold on to hope. You got to hold on to hope, 'cause hope will change the world. You know, hope is me and you. So hope is you and me and us together. And thank you so very much for having me with you today. I really am very grateful. Thank you.
Hello, that's okay. Thank you. So, of course, this is the hope. And with hope only we are surviving. And when the hope matures, it becomes the realization. So, thank you. I was wondering how you were, as long as I am in the world. There's a beautiful song. And the way she saw something and then thought in a completely different way and presented. And when a green creeper trying to climb on the wall, and maybe it is falling, so hope we will climb someday. Thank you very much at the wonderful way you at this. So much I like you. And all of earth will be blessed, will drawn brand new. So these are the songs when you were singing, the let the light come and I will shine. That is the ultimate prayer of religion. I like to transform myself into that God. As the Jesus once said, I and my Father in heaven are one. And when you see the sun, and he is representing the God of the heaven, and when you look at him, he who has seen the Son has seen the Father. That's a great statement. We can't see the Father, but we can see the Son. That's the avatara. The concept of avatara, the incarnation of God. What is God then? We look at the person, and we see that he is purely unselfish. And seeing his unselfishness, we can understand God is completely unselfish. As Swami Vivekananda, our spiritual leader, he mentioned unselfishness is God. That is the definition. We always think that God must be like this, like that. God is walking, God is flying, God is having so many hands, light is coming out of his body. This may be, but the God is unselfishness. And when he is unselfish, it is love. Without love, one cannot become unselfish. Thank you very much. Through the songs, you have expressed very unique way, wonderful way, this truth. And in the human language is the divine blessings. We can express our views, our thoughts. We can exchange thoughts with this language. And the same language, when we speak, when we say, with music, with the tune, that becomes the song that is more beautiful, more wonderful, more effective. You know that our Hindus, our holy book is Veda. And the Veda, 4 different parts are there. And one of the 4 Vedas is a song, the Samaveda. Sama means all music with song. The teacher teaching, giving the same education through songs, through music, through couplets. And it becomes very easy for people to understand. And further they develop that is the dances. If you have seen the classical dances of India, they are constantly depicting the life of Lord Krishna or Rama or any gods and goddesses. With the music, these people, they will be expressing through their views, through the eyes, through the different type of the expression of the fingers. Their body language will tell you. You need not to see anything. If you know the story, you can understand the whole thing. And that is the subtlest way of expression. So this music, these dances, and the words, these are all holy. And today, I thank you on behalf of the Vivekananda Vedanta Society. I thank you all for coming over here. Please tell your friends, your relatives, your known people to come over here. We have a door open for the home of harmony. And as she was singing, the peace is the only goal. Happiness is the only goal. We pursue everything for happiness. And how we can get the happiness? By understanding each other, then loving each other, exchanging whatever good that I'm having with you and learning from you. So the series that we are continuing for last 2 years, know and love. So we know each other, and then only we start loving, caring for each other. And that is the ultimate way we can get happiness and peace. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much. And in the traditional Hindu way, let us say, peace, peace, peace 3 times. You know why? Because the problem comes from the providence, from the nature. Suddenly there will be strong wind, storm. And I wanted to attain some good program. I failed, I missed. And there will be people around sometimes, they create problem. So beings. And third is me, myself. Suddenly I feel that my body or the health is not well. So peace, peace, peace. We always say, Adi Daiva, Adi Bhuta, and Adhyatmik. So repeat after me. Om Shanti. 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 Harihi Om. Thank you. Peace, peace, peace unto all. So I invite you to join us all. We will go to our kitchen. I will sit over there over a cup of coffee or tea and little snacks. We'll have chit-chat and know each other. Please come.